everybody? Walking Dead here, back again with another episode for you guys. This is Season 2, Episode 13 of my Walking Dead Reboot series titled Better Angels. Thank you all so much for the love and support. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into this episode now, shall we? The episode begins with Harlan shooting up the barn. He is not only doing that, but he is shooting up Herschel's house, and mad glass is on, it's on the floor, and you just hear mad gunshots in the background. Rick is trying to get behind cover as he is ducking at this point. Daryl is trying to fire back using his crossbow, but he just takes cover because he realizes that this just went full circle and the shit is hitting the fan quick. Carol has her gun and is firing back, but that's when Harlan grabbed his pistol and shoots Carol through the eye, meaning Carol just lost an eye. Daryl sees this and he is just panicking and he is like, "Babe?" Carol is looking at Daryl and Carol's like, "Daryl? Honey?" As mad blood is coming out from the area where she got shot at, and she just passes out. Daryl is like, "Carol! Carol!" John screams, "Carol!" John grabs his shotgun and kills one of the livers, shooting this liver in the head. Harlan is just continuing to fire up the house. Avesta, Andrea, and all the other characters duck down, trying to get cover. Dale is outside trying to kill one of the livers, but that's when a walker comes out of nowhere and bites Dale on the leg. Andrea screams, "Dale!" Rick sees this as he gets up and runs to Dale's aid. He grabs his Python revolver and starts firing at the livers, but he unfortunately misses. Patricia then comes to Dale's aid as well, and Patricia's like, "We're gonna have to operate right here, right now." Rick's like, "Are you sure about this?" Patricia's like, "Well, we have to do this now. If not, he's gonna die." Rick says, "Agreed." Lori grabs her gun and shoots one of the livers in the head. Harlan then grabs his pistol and shoots Billy in the head. Well, not Billy, Ben. Harlan shoots Ben in the head, and Alan screams, "No!" As Patricia puts the thing on Dale's leg, Dale is in complete pain as Patricia just grabs her knife and starts amputating Dale's leg, and she's trying to hurry up because the infection is starting to spread a little by little. Guillermo gets up and just runs at Harlan, but Harlan just grabs his pistol and pistol whips him in the face. That's when Guillermo just grabs a rock, hits it on Harlan's toe, and just uppercuts him in the face as he falls to the ground. Alan runs to his son, and he's like, Ben! No! And then that's where we get this sad scene of Sophia and Carl crying. And then that's where Alan's wife Donna is also crying as well. Daryl kicks down one of the doors and gets Carol in one of these beds, and he just grabs sutures, gauze, and medical supplies, and he's like, "I'm not gonna let you die, baby. I'm not gonna let you die." Carol says I love you, and this is a pretty touching scene because it shows how far these characters have gone so far and how much they're willing to sacrifice for each other. Harley gets up and just punches Guillermo in the face. Guillermo tries to grab his gun trying to kill Harlan, and then that's when Harlan just kicks him in the face again, knocking him out. Harlan is like, "Nah, I'm not gonna kill you. One I'm more interested in killing right now is Rick and Tara." Tara then comes out of nowhere and just bites Harlan on his hand as Harlan is screaming, and Tara just spits out a chunk of flesh she just bit out, and Tara's like, I hope that fucking hurt it. Harlan screams, you little fucking bitch! And he just kicks Tara in the face. John Miller is like, it's like he has his gun and he just shoots Harlan as a big large chunk of his left ear is just completely gone. As John Miller is in that situation where he's about to kill Harlan, his livers back him up by throwing smoke on the grass as the smoke is blocking John's direction as he is shooting multiple areas. But that's where we get the realization that Harlan and the livers just got away, but only this time they just damaged Herschel's house and the farm in a crazy way. Patricia, Andrea, and Rick get Dale in the house as T-Dog is getting the bandages and what's left of the medical supplies, and they are just healing up Dale. And he is, at this point, just passed out. But Avesta asks Patricia, is he going to be okay? Patricia says, I have no idea. He's knocked out and lost, like, a lot of blood. Shane, who has saw all this happen, is like, this was a fucking disaster. Shane is like, if it wasn't for Tara, none of this would have fucking happened. And then that's where John's like, now hold up. She made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. You pointing the finger at Tara is not gonna make what just happened go away. It's not gonna make anybody feel better, and that's not what's gonna make you feel better either. Just like blaming Rick for, I don't know, just coming back to the group isn't just gonna blame you or make you feel any better. And you're not the leader of this group, Shane. Not to be rude or anything, but you're really not in the position to be pointing fingers at whoever you choose to please. Shane says, you know I'm right about this, John. John then says, you don't know shit. You don't know jack shit. Were you the one firing at the livers while Dale was fucking bit out of nowhere? No, you weren't. You were just standing there like a fucking mannequin. You don't know shit. That's when Herschel comes in and he said, let me make this perfectly clear once and for all. This is my farm. My farm. So please do me a favor. Just walk away. Keep your stupid, filthy mouth shut. As Shane walks away. The next shot is Beth is like, don't worry, Patricia. Don't stress yourself. I'll help out. Tricia's like, you sure? Beth says, absolutely. John then goes to Beth and John's like, hey, you okay? Beth's like, yeah, I'm fine. Beth's then like, I mean to tell you that I want to get to know each other a little bit more first as friends before we become more than that. John says, sure, of course. Absolutely. As Beth smiles. Glenn is looking at Maggie like, oh my god, are you okay? Maggie's like, yeah, I'm fine. As Glenn and Maggie kiss, confirming that they are officially together as a couple. Herschel sees this and he's not even upset. He's like, at this point, he's just so happy because he sees that this whole situation has brought us together and not apart. As Rick is walking downstairs, he sees Tara crying, and Rick is like, You okay? Tara's like, no, I'm not okay. A kid is dead? Dale and Carol are injured? No, I'm not okay. I should have never went after the livers in the first place. Rick's like, I knew what you were planning all along. I should have stopped you, but I didn't. That's not just on you, Tara. That's on me as well. I guess you could say it was both our faults. Tara says, yeah, but still. But what I can do right now, Rick, promise you I will never do anything that stupid again. And that I've learned from my mistake. And I can't afford to make that kind of mistake again. Rick says, good to hear. The next morning, Alan is just digging up a grave for his son. As Andrew's like, do you need help with that? Alan says, no, I just need to be alone right now. As Donna and Alan bury their son, and it is a crazy moment because Alan just lost a kid. As Dale is sleeping, Herschel comes in the room and says, I found these in the basement, these little crutches. Maybe we can use one of these in the hopes that he will walk again. And Andrew smiles and is like, yeah, that would do just fine. Carl asks Sophia if she's okay. Sophia says, I don't know, my mom's in there and she's just injured. Carl's like, it's okay. You still got me. I'm still your best friend. Sophia smiles and she said, oh yeah? How about a little tickle? As they both tickle each other, and it's just this really nice moment between each other. The next shot is morning. Rick is telling the others of the group to grab all their stuff and just put it down on the front porch of Herschel's house. Meaning they're moving in, and they're rebuilding. They're trying to rebuild the house as much as they can. T-Dog's like, what about Randall? Rick's like, don't worry, he's still locked up in the shed, but that's why I need you and Daryl on double duty. T-Dog says, you got it. Herschel's then like, I'll set up the basement with a lot of food and water. That means so the whole group can survive for a few days if need to be. Rick says, great idea. Andrew's like, what about patrols? Rick says, don't worry, there's going to be some patrols going on later today for the top area of the house. Festus says, hell yeah, count me and Andrea in, as they both smile and laugh. Rick then says, Shane will sign ships as me, Daryl, and John will take Randall to the side of the road and come loose. Shane's like, you back with that now? Rick's like, it was the best plan first time around besides execution. May not agree, but this is what's happening. Swallow it. Move on. Shane's like, Felipe's death and the whole prisoner thing are two different things, right? You want to take John and Daryl as your wingmans? Be my guest. Rick says, thanks, in a very deep tone, and Shane says, you got it. The next shot is Herschel's like, I see why you're not taking Shane with you. Just know I have no more patience where he's concerned. Rick says, oh, he's supposedly turning over a new leaf, but I just don't buy it. Andrew, well, I'm out with Daryl and John. Help Herschel keep an eye on things around here. Andrew's like, me? Rick says, yeah. Shane has a thing of letting things get out of hand. especially when it's all wild up. Andrew says, I think we're all a little bit wild up at this point, concerned about each other. Herschel then says, if Shane's gonna stay here permanently, he has to know and understand it's what Rick and I say, not whatever he wants. Andrew's like, wait, you want me to babysit Shane? Rick's like, I need to know whenever I leave the farm, all hell just break loose. Andrew then jokes and she smiles and jokes that maybe we should stop leaving, as Rick smiles and laughs as well. As Andrew walks away, Rick then asks Andrew, would you keep an eye on things? Andrew says, of course. The next shot is Carl going to Shane. Carl's like, hey Shane. Shane's like, hey man, what are you doing out here all by yourself? Carl's like, if I tell you something, will you promise not to tell my parents? Shane's like, I don't know. Carl walks away and then Shane's like, wait, come on back. Go on. Say what you have to say. Carl takes out a gun from the back of his pants and gives it to Shane. Shane's like, what are you doing with this? Carl says, Felipe, it's my fault he died. Shane's like, what are you talking about? He got torn apart by a walker. Why would you say that? Carl's like, I saw the walker. And I was going to do it. Shoot him in the head. He got stuck in the mud and he got free trying to come after me, so I got scared and ran away. If I killed it, Felipe would still been here. Shane's like, Carl, stop, okay? What happened to Felipe wasn't your fault. But you need to hold on to this. Okay, kid? You need to know how to defend yourself. As long as I'm around you, Carl, nothing's gonna happen to you, but I can't keep my eyes on you 24/7. Only you can do that. Take it. Carl's like, no, I can't. I don't want to touch another gun again. Shane's like, these days it's not an option, Carl, okay? Carl screams, no, please, just give it back to Daryl. The next shot is Rick and Daryl looking at the map, and they are picking a highway to drop off Randall on. Daryl says, well, it's good riddance. Pretty soon Randall will be nothing but a distant memory. Rick says agreed. Rick then says, Vesta's putting together some food for him the last few days. Shane is in his car and he's driving down to the Herschel's house. Daryl says, I'm going to go use the bathroom. Rick says, okay. Shane comes out of the car and he approaches Rick and he says to Rick, like, Shane, Rick, where's Carl? Rick says, he's inside with his mom. Shane says, listen, he came to me. He told me that he was at Swamps one day and he came across a walker. That he tried to go after him and Carl got scared and ran off. Rick says, you're saying the walker that killed Felipe? Shane says, that's the one. Rick says, I'll have Lori talk to him. Shane's like, no. I think he wants to talk to his father. Rick says, well, I just need this Randall thing done already. Shane says, that needs to wait. Carl needs you. Rick then just gets a little frustrated and says, listen, it's my call. Shane says, I know that. It's just your child needs you, Rick. And I don't mean to, like, tell you what to do or anything. It's just, I'm just saying that your son's going to do something and he needs his dad. And that's you. Shane's then like, how about I ride off with Daryl and John? It'll be a good time for the three of us to spend some time together. Rick says, nah, I need you here. Shane's like, don't think I'll handle it, right, huh? Rick says, I didn't say that. Shane's like, then how'd you say it? Most importantly, how'd you think it? Wow. Wow. After all these days, you still don't forgive me, do you? You don't trust me, huh? You know, son, he gave me this. Just give it back to Daryl. Freeing that prisoner. More important to you than the Carl and the group. Pathetic. As Shane walks away. As the next shot is panning out, we see this nice scene of John, Beth, and Jimmy boarding up some of the windows of Herschel's house. And then the next shot is Rick going to the barn, and he approaches Carl. Carl's like, I got a little tired helping out around the house. I just want to actually do something useful. Rick takes out the gun, and Rick tells Carl to take it. Rick says, listen, what happened to Felipe had nothing to do with you. Carl says, he died, Dad. Rick says, yeah. Which is why I need you. No more kid stuff. People are gonna die. I'm gonna die. There's no way you can ever be ready for it. I tried to be, but I can't. I wish I had something better to tell you. Something more profound. Your grandfather was good like that. But I'm a little tired, son. Please take it. As Carl takes the gun, and you just have this sweet, nice, fatherly moment between father and son. The next shot is Randall trying to bust out of those handcuffs, and he is just crying a little bit in pain. A character comes in the shed, and it's revealed to be Shane. Shane just grabs a chair and just sits it down in front of Randall. He sits down, and he hallucinates Reggie one last time. Reggie's like, this is your chance. This is your chance, Shane. To kill Rick and become the leader. Come on. You know you want it. You know you do. Yes. You know exactly what you want to do. The question is, do you still want to do it? Shane's like, you're nothing but a distant memory. A ghost looking over my shoulder like a stupid little coward. Reggie's like, well, you can go on and call me whatever stupid little bitch-ass names you want to call me. But you have to admit that only one of you can become the leader. It's time to face the facts, old shinny boy. You will never, ever get back with Lori. As he grabs a piece of glass and throws it to the wall. And he just hits his head multiple times. And he just grabs his gun, pointing it at Randall's head. And he's like, hold up. He then looks at Randall, and he notices that mad blood's coming out from those cups. And he is like, The next shot is Randall and Shane in the woods, and Randall just falls on the leaves a little bit. Shane picks him up, and he's like, shh, 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 shh. Shane moves his blindfold as Randall's like, and Shane's like, shh, 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 shh. I get it. I'm probably the last face you probably want to see, yeah? I need to know where your group is. Randall's like, why? Shane says, well, I'm done with this group. What they're doing, I don't want any part of, you know? Now here's the map. Mark down the location of where the livers are, so that I can talk to them. Randall says, okay. As he marks the location on the map, Shane grabs the map, puts back in his pants. Shane's like, get up. And Randall gets up. And Randall's like, hey, you don't have to be so rough. We're on the same side now. Randall then says, you're gonna like it with us. Sure, it's a rough couple of guys, but I think you fit in good. I think Harlan would probably see some big potential in you. Shane says, less talking, more walking. Sometimes it ain't about you. Randall's like, I didn't say it was all about me. I just got a lot going on, you know? I just gotta... die! As Randall falls to the ground, as Shane just snapped his neck and he is hitting himself on the tree, hitting his face on the tree as he just collapses a little bit, and he just laughs. As Shane is carrying Randall's body, he approaches Harlan's camp. Harlan grabs his gun and he says, what the fuck are you doing here? Huh? What are you doing here? And where's your other group, huh? They're just in the woods, waiting for an ambush. Shane's like, no. It's just me out here. As you can see, I brought back your little prisoner. Harlan says, that's not just any prisoner. That's my fucking little cousin right there. Hand him over. Shane drops Randall's body on the ground. And Harlan's like, what did you fucking do? Huh? What did you do? Shane lies and says, it wasn't me. It was John Miller. Harlan says, well, where's your proof? Right here. His neck was snapped. I found his body in the woods. So I said, you know what? Why not make my way over here to you? And that doesn't explain how you found us. Shane lies again and says, Guillermo marked your location on my map. Harlan says, why in the world should I believe you? Huh? How do I know you're not bullshitting me? Shane then says, because we have a common enemy. Rick Grimes. I have a plan to take him and his group down. The question is, do you want to hear what I have planned? Do you want to hear what I have to say? Or do you just want to stand there like a fucking mannequin while your dead cousin here is on the floor, aiming that gun in my face? As Harlan is crying in angry tears, he puts down his gun and says, start talking. Now. The next shot is Rick, Daryl, and T-Dog. They're like at the shed. T-Dog's like, Randall escaped. Lori's like, escaped? How? Like, it's like, what? Then Hertz was like, the door was secured for the in and outside. So how is that even possible? Shane is looking at this and he's thinking about what to do next. He grabs his gun and hits it in the leaves. That's when Shane comes down and says, Rick! Rick, John, and the others are looking at him as Rick's like, wait, what happened? Shane screams, he's armed! Carver's like, are you okay? Shane says, oh, I'm fine. It's just a little bastard snuck up on me. Clocked me in the face. Rick says, okay, Herschel, T-Dog, get everyone back in the house. Avesta, Andrea, you're on the lookouts. Patricia, make sure everyone gets back in the house safe. Stay put. John, Glenn, you're with me. Daryl, you too. Shane's like, I saw him head out that way in the woods before I blacked out. Don't know how long. Shane says he's armed. Rick says, so are we. Rick asks Daryl if he can track him. Daryl's like, nah, I don't see nothing. Shane's like, there's no use in tracking him, okay? He went that way. You just gotta chase him down. Hunt him down, that's it. John's like, the kid weighs above 25 soaking wet. You mean to tell us he just got the drop on you? I say the bullet on a handgun, wouldn't you? Rick's like, okay, that's enough. Me, Shane, and John will take the right flank. You, Glenn, and Tara go in the right. And just remember, Randall's not the only threat out here. So just keep your eyes out. The next shot is Rick, John, and Shane in the woods. Rick says, your nose busted up pretty bad. Shane's like, no need to worry about me. John, in his mind, is sensing something weird's going on. Rick says, I'm going to scout ahead. Watch my back. John says, of course. As John and Shane are alone, John is like, tell me, Shane, how long have you planned to kill Rick? Just today? Or was it just for a while? Shane's like, what are you talking about? John's like, don't fucking play stupid with me. Okay? Don't you dare play stupid with me. You think I'm stupid? Huh? You really think I'm stupid? Well, newsflash, I've been sensing something off since you just randomly came out of those woods. And now, here we are, in a random ass location in the woods. You planned this, didn't you? As Shane laughs and giggles and says, well, looky here. The Marine has figured it out. John's like, he grabs his shotgun. He's like, what the fuck did you just do? What have you done? As John is getting surrounded by mad livers, Harlan is like, that's right, Johnny boy. He's one of us now. A true liver in place. John is like, you what? You sided with... You fucking traitor! As 5 livers gang up on John and they are beating him to a pulp. Harlan just walks away and he's like, don't worry, we got this. Shane's like, yeah, I bet you do. As Shane returns to Rick, Rick is like, where's John? Shane's like, John had to go back to the farm really quick. He said, you and I got this. Rick's like, okay. At this point, Rick can just sense something's wrong. That he can just sense and tell that Shane's hiding something. Rick and Shane they have this standoff, and I just can't cut this out because it just shows how much suspicion Rick is having right now. Shane is looking at Rick and he's like, what are you looking at me for? Tara, Daryl, and Glenn get to the spot and they notice that there's like mad blood on this tree and there's like mad foot marks here, and there's like something went down. As they hear something from in the woods, as mad fog is surrounding the three, Daryl, Tara, and Glenn get behind this tree. Tara's like, what the fuck? Glenn says agreed. Daryl looks at it, starts using his flashlight, trying to get an inside look of what's going on. But as Glenn turns around, Randall appears as a walker and just tackles Glenn to the ground. Tara just karate kicks Walker Randall in the face, and she just grabs her knife and stabs Randall in the head. Daryl's like, nice moves. Tara's like, yeah, thanks. Daryl checks Randall's body and notices there's no bites, just a broken neck. Glenn's like, do you think Harlan did this? Daryl's like, I don't know. I mean, wait a minute. These tracks are related to Shane. Oh, hell no. We need to warn Rick right now. It's a trap. The next shot is John biting one of these livers in the leg. He grabs his knife and slits one of these livers' throats. He punches the third liver, knocking him out. He grabs a tree branch and just hits this liver hard as he could in the head. The other two livers grabs a knife and tries to stab John, but John reflects the attack as he grabs his gun and shoots this liver through the neck. John then gets the upper hand by kicking the last liver in the leg and just uppercuts him in the face as he falls to the ground. John just knocks out this liver as he just grabs his shotgun and runs to Shane as fast as he can, screaming, "Rick!" The next shot is Rick is like talking to Shane, and Rick's like, "You said he hit you with a rock inside the shed." Shane's like, "Yeah, that's what I said." T-Dog said those doors were shut when he checked on Randall. Shane's like, "I saw that too. Must somehow slipped through the rafters on top of the roof." Rick pauses for a minute, and he realizes what's really going on. Why John is not there with Rick and Shane. He then puts all the pieces of the puzzle together as he puts his gun away. And he says, "So this is where you plan to do it?" Shane says, "Better place than any." Rick then screams, "At least you have the balls to say this for what it is. Murder. You really think if you walk back onto that farm alone, no me, no John, no Randall, you really think the group is gonna buy whatever bullshit story you have cooked up?" Shane then says, "I can't live." This is a scene straight out of the comics where Shane says, "Rick, I can't live like this. I thought I could. And I did. I thought I could, and I did. Everything was great, fantastic, peachy. I thought she would come around eventually, and she did." Rick's like, "What?" Shane's like, "Oh, she didn't tell you, did she? That baby is still my baby, Rick. Guess what? I banged her so good, I got her pregnant. It was never with you. No, it was always with me. I guess Lori didn't tell you that, did she? No need. I threatened her really good, too. Real good. Yes, I confess it all. I confess it all because guess what? I betrayed you and the group to the livers. I betrayed you and the group to Harlan. That's right. Oh, yeah. I snapped Randall's neck. Made it seem like it was John. Well, guess what? That ain't gonna happen now, isn't it? You and John riding off in the sunset together? No, it was always gonna end up like this eventually, prick. Rick's like, "What have you done?" Shane says, "What I had to do. What was necessary. And I am proud of it. I don't care if I killed John. I don't care if I killed Dale or anybody else. I'm proud of it. And listen, it ain't gonna be easy. The warrior Carl, they go over you. They done it before. They just gotta have to." Rick then's like, "Why? Why now? I thought we worked this all out." Shane's like, "We tried to kill each other, man. What'd you think? We're just gonna forget about it all, right up into the sunset together?" Rick's then like, "You're gonna kill me in cold blood? Screw my wife. Yeah, you had sex with her. And you're trying to take my children, call you daddy. Is that what you want? That life will be worth a damn. I know you. You won't be able to live with this." Shane's like, "What do you know about what I can live with? You have no idea what I can live with, what I live with. You want to talk about what we can do? How about what I can do, Rick? Here I am. Come on, man, raise your gun." Rick's like, No, I will not." As John comes out of the woods from from the middle as he has the shotgun in his hand, and Shane's like, "What happened, Rick? I thought you weren't a good guy anymore. Ain't that what you said? Even though right here, right now, you're not gonna fight for her? I'm a better father than you, Rick. And I'm better for Laura than you, man. Because I'm a better man than you, Rick. Because I can be here for her. I'll fight for her. But you just come back here and you just destroy everything. You weren't supposed to come back. No, you weren't supposed to come back. You're not supposed to live. You're not supposed to be here. You were supposed to die. You weren't supposed to be here. I was supposed to be here. Me. It was supposed to be me. You weren't meant to come back. You're supposed to be dead! You got a broken woman. You got a weak boy. And you don't even have the first clue on how to fix it. You can't even keep your own group members safe. So what makes you think you could keep Carl safe, huh? Or Lori, or my unborn child? Raise your gun now. Looks like you're gonna have to kill an unarmed man. Watch my hand, Shane. Nice and easy. That's where John grabs his shotgun and shoots Shane through the neck as mad blood is coming out. As he falls, as he is like kneeling onto the ground. And he is just looking at mad blood coming out. As he looks on his hands and sees there's blood on his hands, he looks at John, and John says, "That's for betraying me, brother. That's for betraying me. You're not my brother anymore." As Shane is trying to talk with mad blood coming out from his mouth, he's like, "So you live no longer. No need. Because you're gonna die right here now." Shane grabs his gun and he says, "Sorry, brother." As Rick grabs his knife and just stabs Shane through the heart as mad blood is coming out, and you can hear a gunshot heard, and then that's how you know that John dodged a bullet, and Rick is screaming, "Damn you for making me do this, Shane. This was you, not me. You did this to us. This was you, not me. Not me!" As he takes the knife out, and he is just looking at his wound, and he's just looking at Rick, and he screams, "Not me!" Shane says, "Brother," as Shane just dies right there, and then that's how you know Shane is dead. As John and Rick are crying. The next shot is John digging up a grave, and it is revealed that that's the grave of Shane he's digging up. Rick grabs Shane's body and froze it, just immediately froze it onto the ground as both Rick and John are burying Shane. As Rick is looking at the grave, John notices something, and he's like, Rick looks in front of him, and it is revealed to be mad walkers, a big ass walker horde walking, or should I say headed towards the Green family house. And boom, that is the end of the episode. Yes, the major character death of this episode was Shane. Just to be, honest with you guys, the original plan, was for Shane to make it to season 3, but I'm like, well, at the same time, I need a major character death, other than, just Felipe, to serve like the season. I needed another major character death for the season, other than just having just Felipe as a major character death. I needed another major character death, and in my opinion, Shane was the perfect pick. But the original plan was for Shane to make it to season 3. So the fact that he's not going to make it to season 3 is a little disappointing, in my opinion. But then again, if you really think about it, it was Shane's time to go. And it makes sense for this episode to be Shane's last episode, and it also makes sense to push Rick's character forward, as well as Sean Miller's character forward, and Carl's character forward, and Lori's character forward, and everybody else moving forward to season 3. So, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned, because season 2, episode 14, titled "Kidnap," is coming. Thank you all very much for the love and support. I really, really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next episode. And as always, peace